Well, this is a guest who needs absolutely no introduction. She is an icon in this country, Union Minister for Women and Child Development and Minority Affairs, and if I may add, the giant killer of 2019. Okay, let me ask the Minister this question. Since we are discussing today Naari Shakti and driving Mission Viksit Bharat, you know, the Prime Minister is a major votary of Naari Shakti and it's very close to your heart as well. He took a very progressive step of inducting, correct me if I'm wrong, 11 women in his Council of Ministers. One of them is in the highly coveted Cabinet Committee on Security. But unfortunately, we do not see this level of women's participation at the state level. You will agree that if India has to take the next giant global leap, we need to unlock women's power. How do we do that?
I think you do a great disservice to women when you presume that power is only if you're in a constitutional position. India has made an economic and a political case for why women need to be shoulder to shoulder with men or any other gender. The topic of conversation on your platform is what India thinks today. In fact, what India does today, the world does tomorrow. And what India has done significantly for gender is make a case for women who are emancipated across all walks of life. So if you presume that Prime Minister Modi's gender agenda or female agenda is only limited to how many colleagues he can have in the Council of Ministers, you do disservice to his entire effort, not only as Prime Minister, but his entire life's journey as an administrator. Now, I've had the greatest of privileges to see him function as the Chief Minister of Gujarat and as the Prime Minister of India. What did he do in Gujarat, which now finds resonance across India? He's one of the first people in the office of Chief Minister who ensured that there is a digital interface with citizens across all districts. He then ensured that there was a digital interface where medical infrastructure in a district, along with medical infrastructure right up to the level of panchayat, combined efforts to look after women and children, and especially their health. There was something called e-Mamta, which he did as the Chief Minister of Gujarat, where from the day a woman registers herself to give birth, to ensuring that she is encouraged to deliver the child in a medical institution and not birth at home. That is something he started 2 decades ago. Now, what happens when you encourage pregnant women to deliver in a medical institution? You curb the death of the mother at childbirth and the death of the child if the child is born with some medical complications. Now, many people presume that Prime Minister Modi at the national front is now doing projects like Pradhan Mantri Matra Vandana Yojana, wherein 3.5 crore women have had cash transfers into their bank accounts up to the level of 6,000 rupees, only so that the day they take leave to go and see a doctor is compensated. Now imagine the detail to which he went, so that if women who are economically active want to look after their health, they should be compensated and institutional delivery should be promoted even at the national level. So what he did in the state today finds national success. Now, why am I giving this context, Neha? What happens? Who gets counted? The world over, only women in institutional leadership positions get counted, as though only their success matters. What Prime Minister Modi has done is ensure women at every walk of life, in every platform, are counted. Now, when he was Chief Minister of Gujarat, he started something called Mission Mangalam, where he ensured that self-help groups in Gujarat had a business plan, had institutional credit, and serviced that credit so that their capacity financially could grow. Today, when I see that out of 90 million self-help groups, you have women in those self-help groups who receive nothing less than 8 lakh crore rupees from the government of India. But if you compute their economic value in the Indian ecosystem of economy, you will see that they do business worth $37 billion every year. Shouldn't those women count? So when Prime Minister Modi says that these 90 million women in self-help groups matter, There are many who've still not done the math of the rural economy impact that these women have. Now imagine this, for the first time we have a prime minister who says that these women have capacity to become lakpatis. The nomenclature itself is not gendered. It favors a man. It's a lakpati. So he talks about financial ambition. Women were always spoken about from an aspirational and emancipation point of view as though they are waiting to be rescued. What Prime Minister Modi has done is make them equal partners in your economy. So I know that people who introduced this segment spoke about a lady who is leading road building efforts in the Indian Armed Forces at the line of actual control. But you also have not heard the story of, for the first time, Prime Minister Modi ensuring that the labor code allows companies to hire women for underground mining. So those are the stories that need to be told, because these women at leadership positions in underground mining, in space technology, matter. So yes, what the women in the Council of Ministers is just a political reflection, but the reality of what Prime Minister Modi has managed to do at the grassroots is enormous, and that's why I'm hopeful that what Prime Minister Modi in India has done today, the world should do tomorrow. And I say this because we have created that platform even during India's presidency at the G20. I'm sorry I'm taking so long, but I wanted to give context.